Good morning, everyone. It's my great honor to be here to present a talk in the Eurozone School Shanghai. And in this talk, I will talk about the clinical application and proposal of CEU-LIRAS, which newly updated in 2017. And CEU-LIRAS was released by the American College of Radiology in 2016 and newly updated in 2017. And CEU-LIRAS could be used in patients at high risk for HCC, likely those patients with liver cirrhosis or coronary hepatitis B viral infection, or currently or prior history of HCC. And the lesion could be visible at peak contrast ultrasound, and the lesion could not be have not been proven pathology proven malignant. It could not be used patient with high risk of HCC, or the lesion could not be visible at peak contrast ultrasound. Currently, only pure blood contrast agent could be used for LIRAS. The CEU-LIRAS provides technical recommendation for imaging execution. Continuous imaging should be performed immediately after the microbubble injection. And after 1 minute, intermittent imaging at an interval of 30 minutes could be performed to document the percent or the percent of the washout until the clearance of the microbubble from the circulation, usually up to 4 to 6 minutes. Intermittent imaging is very important to minimize the microbubble distortion. There are several major imaging features need to be recognized to correctly classify the lesions. In the arterial phase, including arterial phase hyperenhancement, which is capacity of HCC, and ring enhancement, which is a common feature of cholangiocarcinoma or metastasis. Or peripheral, it is continuous globular hyperenhancement is a typical pattern of hemangioma. In contrast to CT, MRI LIRAS, CEU-LIRAS recommend to document the percent of washout in seconds. If the onset of washout was detected within 16 seconds after microbubble injection, it's called early washout. Otherwise, it's late washout. If washout was presented, it's necessary to evaluate the degree of washout. If there are punch-out appearance, within 2 minutes, it's called marked washout. Otherwise, it's mild washout. And according to the CEU-LIRAS, the lesion could be classified as LR1 to LR5. LR1 means definitely benign, and LR2 means probably benign, and LR3 means intermediate probability of malignancy, and LR4 probably HCC, and LR5 definitely HCC. And another category is LRM, is probably or definitely malignant, but not necessary for HCC. LR1 lesion is definitely benign. The example of LR1 includes 6 hemangioma or hepatic flat disposition. And LR2 is probably benign. It could be a lesion is distinct solid nodule which is less than 10 cm and so iso enhancement in all phases. Or could be LR3 lesions which is stable in size for at least two years. It could be downgraded from LR3 to LR2. And LR3 is intermediate probability of malignancy. It could be a lesion less than 1 cm, showing hyperenhancement in the arterial phase and low washout of any type. Or could be a lesion less than 1 cm, low hyperenhancement in the arterial phase and low washout of any type. And it could be a lesion 1 to 2 cm, low APHE, but so late and mild washout. Here is an example. Here is a 50-year-old male patient with common HPV infection. The liver nodule, hypoechoic nodule, was found in semen 6. The AP is in normal range. The lesion show iso enhancement in the arterial phase and no washout of any type was detected until 4 minutes and 36 seconds. It's classified as LR3 lesions. The lesion was probably confirmed to be a severity nodule. LR4 is probably HCC. It could be a lesion larger than 20 millimeter, showing ISO enhancement in the arterial phase, but so late and mild washout. Or could be a lesion less than 10 centimeter, showing hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but late and mild washout. Or could be a lesion larger than 1 centimeter, showing hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but low washout of any type could be detected. Here is a 55-year-old male patient with common HBV infection. The hypoequilibrium was found in semen 5. The lesion shows homogeneous hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, and no washout of any type could be detected until 5 minutes and 4 seconds. This lesion could be classified as LR4, and it's perfectly confirmed to be high-grade disparity nodule. Here are some example male patients, 13 years old, with common HBV infection. Hypoequilibrium nodule was found in semen 6. The lesion also showing homogeneous APH hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, and no washout of any type could be detected until 6 minutes and 6 seconds. The lesion could be classified as LR4. It confirmed to be a HCC lesion. And LR5 is definitely HCC. Means the probability of HCC really 100%. If a lesion could be classified as an LR5 lesion if the lesion be free of the following criteria. The lesion should be larger than 1 centimeter and shows homogeneous or heterogeneous hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but late and so late and mild washout means the washout was detected until after 16 seconds. Here is example: a 16-year-old male patient, common HBV infection. A hypoequilibrium lesion was found in the semen 5. The lesion shows homogeneous hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but low washout was detected at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And mild washout was detected in 2 minutes 46 seconds. The lesion could be classified as LR5. It's confirmed to be a HCC lesion. And LRM, it means probably or definitely malignant, but not necessary for HCC. A lesion could be classified as LRM if there be any of the 3 criteria. Means wing hyperenhancement, which is common for ICC, or early washout means the onset of washout was detected within 16 seconds after microbubble injection, or punctual appearance was found within 2 minutes after microbubble injection. It's a 15-year-old male patient with common HBV infection. A hypoequilibrium lesion was found in the semen 3. The lesion shows ISO enhancement at arterial phase, and washout was detected at 23 seconds. The lesion was classified as LR, and marked washout was detected at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. The lesion was classified LRM. It's confirmed to be intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma by pathology. And when we look at the proportion of HCC in a CU live RADS, we found that almost 93% of LR5 lesions were HCC. But for LRM, the proportion of HCC is higher. 47% of HCC was found in LRM lesions. We do a meta-analysis from newly published 3 meta-analysis showing the poor proportion of sensitivity and specificity of CU live RADS for diagnosing HCC when using the LR5 criteria for diagnosing HCC. There were no significant difference in the sensitivity and specificity for between CUS and MRCT LI-RADS. And why we look at the proportion of HCC in each category. These data come from three newly published meta-analysis showing 13.7% of HCC was found in LRM, which is higher than that of CT and MRI LI-RADS. While for LR4 and LR5, the proportion of HCC is similar between CUS and CT MRI LI-RADS. So we think maybe the criteria of LRM may be revised to reduce the proportion of HCC in LRM and improve out the CUS the diagnosis performance. And in our study published in Radiology, we analyzed the washout pattern of LRM lesions. We found the lesion. It shows hyperenhancement in arterial phase, followed by early washout within 16 seconds. But low marker washout was detected until 5 minutes. About 92.8% of lesions are HCC. Here is example of a hypoechoic lesion. The lesion show homogeneous hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but early washout at 13.7 seconds was found for this lesion. But low marker washout was found until 4 minutes and 3 minutes and 14.7 seconds. The lesion could be classified as LRM, but it confirmed to be HCC lesions. Here are another example: a 14-year-old male patient with chronic HBV infection. The lesion also shows homogeneous hyperenhancement in the arterial phase, but early washout about 14.8 seconds was detected. But low marker washout, low punctual appearance for this lesion until 4 minutes and 23 seconds. The lesion, according to current criteria, lesion could be classified as LRM, but this confirmed to be HCC lesions. So we suggest that maybe we provide a suggestion for the revise the current criteria for LRM, and also showing only early washout within 16 seconds, but low marker washout until 5 minutes. This lesion could be reclassified as LR5. And after this modification, the proportion of HCC in LRM could be decreased from 16.2% to 14.8%. There was significant difference, and the diagnosis performance when using LR5 for diagnosing HCC, the accuracy and sensitivity was significantly increased. The sensitivity was increased from 17.5% to 18.5%. The accuracy was 18.1% to 18.7%. All have significant difference. Why for the LRM lesions? When you use LRM to differentiate the non-HCC malignancy from HCC malignancy, the accuracy was also increased, but the sensitivity was not significant difference. The specificity was also increased from 78% to 95%. Here is the diagnosis algorithm for using the CU LI-RADS to classify a lesion. And when we look at first, we need to evaluate the imaging. If cannot be categorized due to the imaging problem, it could be LRMC. If a tumor in the brain, it could be LRMTIV. And if a lesion is definitely benign, LR1. If that it probably benign, is LR2. And then we classify lesion if definitely malignant but not HCC specific. It could be classified as LRM. And then we according to the possibility of HCC classified as LR3 to LR5. And several accelerated features could be used to address the address the category. Some of the CUS features favoring malignancy, including the definitely good during the follow-up, or maybe have larger in larger architecture for the BMO imaging, muscular architecture, or maybe the lesion could be favoring our benignity if the lesion is stable in size for more than 2 years, or the size is reduced during the follow-up. Or one or more excellent features favoring malignancies could be upgraded by one category to LR4, but could not be upgraded to LR5. And absent of these excellent features should not be used to upgrade lesions. So the step 3 to use the LI-RADS according to the certainty of the imaging features. So in conclusion, CEUS LI-RADS is so great value in diagnosing the focal needles in liver with recombinant HBV infection or liver cirrhosis. But currently, the LIM criteria much abundant of HCC was classified as LRM. So currently, the LRM criteria maybe should be revised to improve the CU LI-RADS diagnosis performance. But further prospective study is needed. So thank you very much.